There sure are a lot of Pokemon. Pokemon? Here's how I feel about all of them. Garlic clove glued to a frog. Not sure if you're a meat or a veggie. Completely misinterpreting the word tree frog. Combustible orange midget. When you hit a growth spurt and your limbs grow at different speeds. The best dragon that's not a dragon you'll see today. Pretty darn cute. Then you wonder where all the water comes from. Then he went through this weird elf phase. I don't know, just put cannons on it. Imagine an infestation of these massive bugs. Yuck, man. Gotta teach kids about evolution somehow. Look at those legs. I mean, like, what the heck do they even do? Can't stomp on the bugs when they all have spikes on their heads. He looks so angry. So freaking angry. It's like they scaled up random parts of a bee and then added Gurren Lagann arms to pierce the heavens. The most generic, boring bird you can possibly imagine. It got bigger. At least his mullet got some color. The literal antonym of aerodynamic. Irritating rat who at least got a decent design. Ugly, unlikable rat. Between anger and boredom. It just exists. Weird design, but not as bad as the Pidgeyline. So uncreative of a snake design, they didn't even bother to name him anything other than Snake backwards. He's kinda neat and intimidating, still just Cobra backwards. When you lose weight and actually look worse. The forgotten adorable evolution to the most grossly overmarketed Pokemon ever. Cute and designed in a way that doesn't make it feel like another generic animal ripoff. Cool design. Bummer he sucks. Ugly bunny. The right combination of weird, creepy, and cool looking for me. Why do you have tits? Skin tone too, seriously. Better looking ugly rabbit. Love this design. A staple Pokemon design for me. Awesome design and awesome team member. Just because you're rare doesn't mean I like you. I always raise one in Gen 1 because it's rare and decent. Doesn't mean it looks cool. Mozilla's adorable iconic Firefox. It's a generic creature trope anymore, but it's still cool. It'd be wrong if I, of all people, didn't like Jigglypuff, am I right? Not as big of a fan of the chunk. Sure, he's irritating, but I like the look of him. The eyes and full body mouth ruined this guy. A radish with legs, and now it's on drugs. Not as grotesque, so I guess that's an improvement. Forgettable, uninteresting bug. And oh yeah, it evolves. Never liked this ugly fuzzball. Just a little too unsettling to be likable. Comically mysterious. Great with hats. The first of the many just add more evolutions. Awkwardly huge head, anthropomorphic body, cat? No thanks. Fixed the body problem, but now it's just a cat. Why aren't you psychic? And less annoying. Looks nothing like previous evolution, but still ugly. Something about this weird pig monkey unsettles me. Something about giving it boxing glove flesh and a furious personality made it cool. Tiger? Dog? Fluff? Average? Yes to all. Feels majestic. Nice. Imagine life as a ball with feet and a massive tail. Sucks, man. I don't know why, but I like his awkward personality. Why the heck didn't it evolve into a frog? Plus, it's barely different than before. Cool anatomy, but boring Pokemon. +1 spoon. Where'd the tail go? Oh, and +1 spoon. I hate this thing. It's just a small person. Child slavery? So are the shorts flesh, or is it born with clothes? How do we make it stronger? Add more arms? Something feels very wrong with this thing. Get the weed killer. Now with soulless eyes. A mutation of the weed killer. I forget about him. A lot. Bland. Used to like his weird original sprites though. Feels like a menacing sea creature. I'll never go swimming again. We need a rock type, guys. Okay, how about we give a rock arms? I am so weirded out by the extra arms that just fall off later. A velociraptor trapped in a soccer ball. Not into horses, guys. Not interesting. It's just slightly bigger with a unicorn horn now. Because idiots are funny. Look at the stupid and laugh. Not sure why I like this awkward bulky boy. So, is the eye metal, or can you poke it? Something about this set of 3 evolutions seems funny and stupid to me, like they're stuck together and an idiot professor gave up on separating them and just claimed it was a new species. The most forgettable Pokemon in Kanto. Siamese twins with bird brains. That's gotta suck. And now there's 3, and they're angry. So bland they forgot to change his placeholder name. Same bland problems, but slightly more majestic. It's meh. Garbage coming to life sounds like a terrible B movie. In Soviet Kanto, sewage flush you. I wanna rip him open and see what he really looks like inside, and then eat him. Is he ice type because you keep him frozen for dinner? So pointy. A sentient fart. Pretty cool ghost design. He licks things for some reason. He had a clear plastic Tomy figure, therefore he's awesome. Disappointingly weak rock necklace. Chocolate-dipped potato monster. Boa wearing Simpsons character with a yo-yo. For those who claim Kanto had the most creative Pokemon, remember this thing. Intimidating and better designed crab monster. Forgivable for original Pokeball trap gimmicks, but still lame. You just flipped it over. And that's interesting how? I'm so confused with this being several Pokemon in one ball, hatching out of one egg just minutes earlier. Sometimes things are so stupid, you love them. Depressing concept, I can't believe they never retconned. So does it grow into the skull and now have two skulls? What about the next Cubone? Then why do Cubone hatch with outer skulls? Legs, the Pokemon. Questionable flesh clothes, the Pokemon. It's somebody's fetish. Idiot beach ball you just wanna punch. Same ugly ball with some good ol' Alabama inbreeding. I don't know, just make it spiky. I don't know, just make it stand up. Eats its children. Or periods. Gross either way. I've seen enough hentai to know where they were going with this. Another kangaroo pouch Pokemon with questionable children. Adorable seahorse too pure for this world. Spiky seahorse too angry for this world. Just put a horn on another generic animal. Worked for Weedle, right? No, it didn't. Dumb. Needs tartar sauce. So is it organic or some weird metal-coated gemstone fish? Same thing, but prettier. So can I eat it or not? The pedophile Pokemon that can self-identify as a woman. Life sounds cool with sword arms until you need to wipe your butt. The blackface Pokemon we all wish didn't happen. Slap an unused animal with an unrelated element. There you go. Ugly duck-faced conglomerate abomination. The scariest thing to find in your garden other than Scyther wiping his butt. Slap an unused animal with no element. It's just a bull. Comically stupid. The only fish that can't magically swim through the air. Terrifying flying water dragon that's not a dragon. It's cute, powerful, rare, vibrant, lovable, and gives boat rides. Sweet. The purple puddle monster. Cutest generic archetype Pokemon before genetic experimentation. Probably my favorite evolution. But like pretty much every Kanto Pokemon, its original design was much better. You ever get grossly static hair that just won't lay down? So annoying. Lame design that the old cards made look spectacular. But all Pokemon are digital too, aren't they? Why are you so special, Porygon? Creepy enough to be unsettling, but not exciting enough to be noteworthy. This grotesque abomination just makes me squirm. Weird, yet still boring. And then it grew legs, a body, and sword arms because Scyther is cool. Cool idea, but why is your chin so big, man? Why? My neighbor Totoro or generic Walmart shopper. The majestic ice chicken. Does electric mean spiky to you guys? Seriously. We need to design a fire-type bird. Say no more. Bird on fire. Cute baby dragon worm. Pretty magnificent serpentine dragon. Hold up, how does this relate to the previous evolutions before? Like at all? Tails don't come from the front! The only Pokemon to benefit from new designs. Now it's a cute flying fetus instead of a gross flying fetus. Bulbasaur, but cuter. And Bulbasaur was already cute. The missing chunk of leaf on top takes this design from good to great. Personality goes a long way. Kinda went a little Derposaurus on me there. When your artists are so bad they draw spiky fire like pointed quills and the result is this cutie patootie. Hardly an evolution. Pretty much nothing happened. Even less happened. It just stood up. I friggin' love this little freak. He can't put his arms down. Half crocodile, half Fred Flintstone. Dancing between powerfully menacing and colorfully silly. Awesome. Miles better than Rattata, but still a bit boring. I want to wear it like a boa everywhere I go. So much floof. Creeps me out, but I appreciate his design. It's like a caricature of an owl, but fits into the world without standing out or screaming at you with ridiculous color or design. Enormous, unsettling ladybug. Alien-looking ladybug with cooler anatomy. I'm not a fan of spiders, and the fact that this weird face on its back changes expression makes it all the more unsettling. Are those extra legs on top or what? You look so awkward from any angle. And creepy. So you're telling me that when my Golbat loves me enough, it'll flip colors and need braces? Good Pokemon designs like this move just far enough from the source material and keep a perfect amount of peculiar, cute, and creepy attributes. Have you seen an actual anglerfish? This design is the human equivalent of a chibi. Pikachu, like some humans, are cute as a baby, cool and likable when they're all grown up, but annoying and demandingly overindulged as a spoiled child. Did anybody actually want this? Oh god, those soulless red eyes, weird hair, no ears? This doesn't even look anything like a Jigglypuff. Some people just have ugly babies. I'll take 2 over medium, please. So did it hatch with the egg pattern, or did it actually become the egg? So how does it ever lay a new Togepi? Proof Niantic never played Pokemon. This guy is rare in the main games, but more common than Pidgeys in Go. Totem poles were already unsettling. Plus, didn't Noctowl check your owl box already? Why are you here? Any clothes you make from this thing's wool is permanently charged with irritatingly strong static. Just like anime women, it becomes more powerful by wearing less clothing. Electric Kangaroo, Dino Seal, Mega Duck Penguin. Remember Gloom? Well, you'll have to be on even harder drugs to believe that this thing evolves from it. Look at the shape of this thing and tell me with a straight face that it was designed for swimming. Bunny bubble ball fish? Sure, whatever. Makes no sense. Weak to water, yet stands still outside motionless all day. How does it eat? Or is it a magical photosynthesizing rock? Finally, it turned into a frog! But then what the heck is Poliwrath? Helicopter vegetable. Fatty that just tells physics, no thank you. Once you have a yard, a dandelion Pokemon becomes synonymous with undying evil incarnate. 1,000-yard stare monkey with an anatomy-defying tail and Five Nights at Freddy's demon smile. Imagine eating a bag of these massive salted sunflower seeds. The forgettable one that takes too much effort to evolve for such a bad Pokemon. It's just a dragonfly. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Armless axolotl with a massive head. Sometimes we just need to point at the freaks and laugh. When people describe something as derpy, they're expressing how similar to Quagsire it looks. The rare exception to my immense disdain of cats. The reason I dislike this Pokemon is because of the countless intolerable poser children who like it just to pretend to be popular emo dweebs. If that alone makes you want to dislike this video, I've got bad news for you. Can you imagine a bird flying when half of its body mass is its head? Some idiots just need to get good old-fashioned head trauma to become geniuses. Has a design that just screams for creepy lore and side quests that never came, taking multiple forms to the extreme. So why can't they end a sentence with anything other than a question mark or an exclamation point? If my life could be summed up into one Pokemon, it would be this one. Please tell me it poops out the butt mouth. Whoever did this, you're fired. One of the strangest things to come out of Johto, ironically evolving from one of the least creative Pokemon. Big Boss caught one of these in Metal Gear Solid 3. Gotta catch 'em all. Magically floats because imagining this thing struggling to actually fly would result in a massive flood of the entire world pissing themselves laughing. This just in, Onyx doesn't suck anymore. In other news, metal makes things cool. Or a Digimon. I just want to drop kick this ugly abomination into the ocean. I can't believe it, but it actually managed to lose character. Here, filling your water type quota is another pointless, forgettable Pokemon. But those aren't scissors! Perfection. A powerful bug that doesn't look grossly repulsive. If Wolverine was an ice weasel. The perfect snuggle companion. His name is quite literally Bear Circle. Grimer, but stupidly dangerous. Laughably impossible Pokemon. Just listen to Pokedex Paradox and thank me later. So ugly and unlikable. Probably doesn't even taste good. Mammoth Camel Pig Dog? I swear, they're just playing animal roulette. It never stops smiling. It's totally plotting something. Crap design if it took me 20 years to realize it was a revolver. Or I'm just oblivious. Whoever pitched an artillery octopus could sell swimming pools to a cripple. If Santa didn't bring you presents this year, just remember you could always enslave him with a Pokeball next year. We lost a little something when Remoraid stopped hitching rides on him. You know, like, I don't know, an actual Remora. It's made of knives, not jet engines, but I'm too amazed with how awesome it is to question the aerodynamics. He probably doesn't get his shots. The SPCA will round him up one of these days. Why the Cerberus Pokemon didn't get 3 heads baffles me. It's not like we've even pretended to be subtle before anyway. Deep Sea Elder Seahorse Dragon. That sounded way cooler in my head. Yeah, everybody wants a baby elephant until it comes time to clean up the poop. The fact that this rolling tire Pokemon still won't get animated right when attacking is a testament to Game Freak's low ambitions. Kids won't appreciate the amazement my generation felt when games evolved from blocky to high poly smooth beauty. Awesome. The generic deer Pokemon who looks so stupid I can't bring myself to hate him. So he paints, attacks with secretions from his tail in the air and permanently learns them? Dude, what? Machop 2.0. I laugh every time Game Freak claims they have high quality animations, while this guy still doesn't spin on his head. A baby blackface Pokemon. Really? Kids and outlets aren't a good mix, guys. Maybe we shouldn't go through with this design. Approved! Brain cancer level 10,000. Literally whips out its own nipples and drinks its own milk to regain health. Also makes great burgers. You thought it grew up, but it's still eating its periods. Suicune gets the game, Entei gets the movie, and Raikou gets a rectal thermometer stuck up his butt. His back should be a cloud. Excuse me? When there's a constant breeze from behind him at all times, you've got to eventually stop and ask the big question. World's cutest little mountain eater. Metapod, but angrier, spikier, and blue. Just reminds me of the old school Godzilla suit, imagining it destroying the landscape. I don't even think Game Freak knows that this awkward flying penguin isn't water type. Those fingers unsettle me. They were going for Phoenix, but got Angry Chicken, and I couldn't be happier. Probably my favorite legendary Pokemon. The magical, mystical onion fairy of the forest. Anthropomorphic gecko with a butt for a head. Forest Ninja Raptor. Dude, so much yes. When you get an entire evergreen shoved up your poor green anus. A chicken nugget, but the feathers are still attached. Its cry makes me laugh every time. Uncannily human-shaped to the extent of baiting furry art. Yes, I like them. Butt fins? Eyebrow fins? I'm a little concerned Hoenn is swarming with these rabies farms. I wouldn't want to live anywhere near these massive death wolves. Cutest garbage looters in the world. Where did all the personality go? Caterpie with a butt mouth. Looks like one of those gross spider nests. Get the bug spray. Makes Butterfree look like an inbred cow. It's adapted to the poison. Oh god, it's unstoppable. So creepy, so bizarre, so gross. One of the weirdest yet simple things I've ever seen. Don't do drugs, kids. If Mirror B didn't make them amazing enough for you, Detective Pikachu did. I get the impression if I plant it, it'll sprout into pure evil. Creepy plant ninja baby? Whatever, Hoenn, bring it on. When I realized he was a Leshen, he suddenly became amazing. At least this generic bird looks nicer than the others. Game Freak animates it perpetually flying into non-existent gale-forced winds to stay in the air to avoid flapping the wings. Man, they suck at games. The opposite of real seagulls. Cute and pleasant. Hilariously exaggerated pelican. Creepy ethereal Abra. The feminine dancer phase you've got to tolerate for a while. Better when it was ghostly, legless, flowing fabric, and DeviantArt had yet to ruin it. Super rare, hard to raise weakling. Not sure why I'm a sucker for those. An exotic, cute, and creepy combo. Why is it always so freaking grumpy? Cheer up, Mr. Mushroom. Silly design that gets so much better when you realize it has elastic, punchy arms. It's just a sloth. Thank you for coming to my second TED Talk, ADHD, the Pokemon. One of those ancient, massive sloths. Seriously, look them up, they're freaky. Gotta love those tiny, dopey, useless wings. Still gross. Boys become men, battling yellow jackets and hornets armed with nothing but a tennis racket and undying dedication. True story, bro. If a discarded Shedskin can be a Pokemon, then what about all the other discarded biological matter? Poor thing won't stop crying and turning caves into rubble in the process. Every DJ's dream. Boombox ears and nicer teeth. Screaming Pokemon covered in suspicious glory holes. Tied up garbage bag with boxing gloves. Life is hard with massive hands and no arms. Not only is it no longer water type, but it can famously swap genders upon evolving. Don't give me that cute face, you questionable little fish marble. Supposedly all point north like Easter Island heads, except they never do. Ever. It's so happy because its tail is pure catnip, so it's a little taller now. Moonstone justified. So creepy and quirky. His Coliseum animations are amazing. Admiral Akbar would like to inform you that it's a trap! Cutie patootie who should probably weigh a lot more than you do. Imagine punching this steel rock titan. Well, it's actually crazy weak to fighting. One of the most physically imposing steel dinosaurs since Metal Greymon. Diaper-wearing puppy monkey baby. Binky-headed, baggy pant, noodle-armed Indian mime? And now all the dogs are literally amped up on the juice. Regal, yet just powerful and lovable enough to fit. Also, a puppy's an ogre. Okay, we can stop with the Pikachu knockoffs now. What did I just say? Chunky Bug implemented simply for trading between games. Volbeat, but even uglier. Neat design with incredibly annoying attacks and spawn rates. I'm so curious how his digestive system even works. So unsettling with the awkward beady eyes and noodle stash. Vicious Amazonian death machine. It's time to move when the local marine biologists discover a rocket torpedo shark. What is it with aquatic Pokemon all being freaking balls? Your Lord and Savior, Mega Blimp Whale. Boring Camel that's too unamused to bother with life. Volcano Camel? Who played tic-tac-toe on his side? Sauna Tortoise? Dude, this region is just getting stranger the deeper we get. They die if they stop bouncing, but ironically live on a rocky cliff in Hoenn. Just don't feed him after midnight. This Pokemon has infinite forms! Okay, well, technically not really, but still. Mr. Munchie Mouth. Wait, how on earth does this relate to Trapinch at all? He even has lower stats. Love this sand dragon design, just bummed he's not very strong. I love the creepy, overgrown mouth look. Also, he's King Cactus. See the crown, you filthy plebeian? If Pokemon were real, these demons would be straight up nightmare fuel. Oh, great blue chicken in the sky, grant us eyebrows half as amazing as yours. Magnificent cloud peacock dragon. Love how non-dragons are evolving into them this gen. Awesome mongoose, ironically feuding with the snake only found in the other game. Can somebody explain this one to me? Why are snakes seemingly always poison type but never get poison glands? That's no moon. It's a Pokemon. He's squinting at how bright he is. Smart bright. That's why he's psychic type. Please tell me you didn't follow that. Hot dog fish. Superhero catfish with his logo on his forehead. Begs for a deep fryer and a tub of cocktail sauce. The super awkward anatomy and coloring make him hilariously amazing. Possessed sentient dreidel? Okay. Comically mysterious. Possibly Hoenn at its strangest. Grossly creepy ancient plant with nubby legs. Super exotic and ancient Mega Doom plant. Tremble in fear. Grossly creepy ancient bug with no legs. Chief Rocket Bug. Purse handle spongefish who lives in one tile deep under the sea. Imagine Gyarados was even more majestic. Forgotten little guy who never got forms for new weather conditions. What Hoenn does so well is create exotic creatures like this that fit the colorful region and also add some creativity to the gameplay. When your puppet has a forehead boner. I wish the actual NPCs of Pokemon all had zipper mouths too. Pokemon desperately needs some new ghost types, and this weird floating red orb skull thing is just awesome. Maybe he creeps me out a little too much for me to like. Banana chin flying jungle dinosaur. So much yes. Okay, and then there's a wind chime. For reasons. Lovable yet destructive disaster Pokemon sporting a literal crescent moon blade sticking out of its head. If Pokemon were real, this would be my #1 companion pick. Absolutely nobody wanted this to be a thing, but you went and did it anyway. Somebody please just warm the poor thing up in the hot springs or something. Pure, icy evil. Imagining all these water-type ball Pokemon trying to swim together like they're in a pinball machine is just hilarious in my head. You're just jealous of his intimidatingly furry Viking stash, aren't you? I just think of walruses and elephant seals fighting and know that this big jelly boy is not to be messed with. I loved discovering these little guys at the bottom of the ocean back in the day. Deep sea gameplay made no sense, but it sure was fun. So ridiculously ugly and random of an evolution, I can't help but love this foot-faced oarfish. Did Zero insist on covering up this fish's nipples or something with shells? I want answers, Nintendo! Coelacanths are amazing already, and now they're Pokemon! Good deal. The cutest angelfish practically invented for Valentine's Day cards and adorable fan art. Mullet Dragon, Volleyball Dragon, Impractical Wings Dragon. Some of my favorite Pokemon designs just make me look at them and ask, just what are you? One of the most devastating things to exist if you read its Pokedex entry. Insert obligatory Pokedex paradox plug here. Angry UFO with legs. Decoding the Braille to find these guys without internet actually felt like a real-world adventure. The internet ruins so much in old video games. Weird and mysterious. The Reggie trio just might be my favorite trio purely because of how you hunted them down in Hoenn. Forget Claydol. This alien monster might just be the most bizarre thing in the region. Love the design, but trying to purge the awful movie out of my head to stay unbiased here. Oris ruined how you got these guys. Call me a traditionalist, but I don't like being babied in my video games. The ominous glowing symbols through the deep ocean truly make him the king of the sea in my head. Looks like a recalled Happy Meal toy that poked out too many kids' eyes. Celestial Guardian Dragon? I'll take 20. Cute little wishmaker with a creepy belly eyeball. Took a while to grow on me, but now I love this crazy form-shifting alien invader. One of those animal slippers with a giant head. I don't hate it or anything, but it's just kinda there. Tortoise in dire need of a weed trimmer. Something about it just looks like a poorly made fake Pokemon design to me. I absolutely detest this fire-farting butt monkey with an unironic, flaming passion. The annoying kid down the street is now an annoying teenager. The Tiki aesthetic would have worked if he weren't so anthropomorphic. Adorable squeaky toy. Ew, what the crap happened to all the cute? I love penguins, but this is just not doing it for me. So irritating, they admitted it in the Pokedex. One of those elitist, hateable teenagers from Reddit, except it's a bird. Fat emo pigeon. Twin. We all love to joke about it, but nobody honestly likes it. Managed to transform Ugly into Fugly. Volbeat, but with a musical twist. The incessant buzzing from crickets and cicadas are just as orchestral as a monkey with a drum set. Electrical Blue Mickey Mouse. Slightly larger Electrical Blue Mickey Mouse. Alright, fess up guys, a child drew these evolutionary lines, right? No, we certainly did not need an unnecessary baby Roselia to scatter over the entire map of Sinnoh, thank you very much. We also most certainly didn't need a weird evolution for Roselia either. What did the poor thing ever do to you? I love dinosaurs and Pachycephalosaurus is awesome, but this little guy's just too ugly to like. He's, I've tried really hard to like him over the years. Hockey Puck duct taped to a baby turd. What is it with Sinnoh and taking cool creature ideas and making them so horrendously repulsive? When you take a dump in the woods and everything nearby sticks to the dookie trying to cover up the stench. When you take a huge crap in the woods after a week of constipation. Yet another moth, but somehow even less interesting than the others. This set of 3 Pokemon evolves into a single Pokemon instead of the other way around. Oh lord, we're really shaking up the innovation here! Female exclusive evolution that proves bees have a reverse meaning of the phrase glass ceiling. Pokemon once again deliberately trying and failing at replicating Pikachu's fame. Detestable orange nuisance. Watch Robot Chicken's Weasel Stomping Day sketch to begin to understand how I feel. Possibly my least favorite Pokemon ever. It's everything bad about Weasel, but made worse, and with the most obnoxious cry in history. When your twin is more like a tumor than a sibling. The Peekaboo Pokemon that's only interesting for a single moment before you realize how useless it is. Because having alternate forms of the same Pokemon is cool and totally wasn't already done in Gen 1. Why do half the Pokemon in Sinnoh look like inbred experiments gone wrong, all begging for you to put them out of their misery? Oh dear God, why? Seriously, just why? The purple balloon of child endangerment. Because killing kids is apparently cool in a kid's game. Hot air balloon with a dollop of sour cream. Reluctantly wins best in show like a cheater at the Special Olympics. Because we all admit Kanto's rabbits were the opposite of cute. I really wish this furry bait didn't happen and that Pokemon would stop encouraging the perverts on DeviantArt with even more anthropomorphic designs. But I actually liked Mischievous! Because Murkrow needed to become a member of the Third Reich. Spoink, except it's a cat. Garfield. Of all Pokemon, why did Chimecho get a baby form? Fits right in with all the other gross unlikable ideas from this gen. The Anus Pokemon. Prove me wrong. This is what happens when you do your art homework an hour before class starts. Possessed Liberty Bell with arms. Looks like something out of Hoenn. Unnecessary Sudowoodo baby with an awkwardly large butthole underneath. Pedophile Junior. Here we see the juvenile Chansey eating its first period. Created exclusively for kids to record and scream obscenities at each other over Wi-Fi battles. He then got banned as if Game Freak totally didn't see that coming. Though I'm not a fan of the underground gameplay, I love the intuitive and unique Pokemon that you need to hunt down and investigate to capture. When 90% of your anatomy is just your mouth. Awkward and ugly, but with a touch of Rocket Shark. Bigger Gabite with a thumb for a face. Also stole Flygon's typing, and I'm a little pissed about that. The only place where these obese warthog children aren't stupidly rare is Walmart. Cringy Disney Channel kids mascot. Another furry humanoid, but with ridiculous unexplained steel typing. Man, I like hippos and all, but this thing just looks too stupid for me to like. Hippopotamus drowning in quicksand. Deformed origami scorpion gone wrong. One of the ugliest abominations ever created. They must be letting their kids draw the new Pokemon for this generation, ignoring quality control entirely. Something about his smug attitude makes me want to watch him get run over by a semi. Awkward poison dart frog with bright red middle fingers. I love Venus flytraps, but I will break out the flamethrower for this hideous googly-eyed walking salad. I am proud to say that there is nothing repulsive about this Pokemon. It's not great or anything, but still, man, baby steps. Elegant yet simple design, taking inspiration from several species. I wonder how long it's gonna take for Pokemon to realize the difference between fresh and saltwater fish. If Mantine was better off with a baby form, it should have happened in Johto when they were created. Glad they didn't know, considering this is kind of unsettling. Even Smokey the Bear would start forest fires to put these brain-dead saps out of their misery. If they were going for hideous, then they nailed it. Fun fact, it also has serious back boob, complete with nipples. What have you done to Sneasel? Some of my favorite Pokemon are single stages because they don't need to evolve. Were these pointless evolutions created just to spite longtime fans like me? How does this horrendous UFO justify ruining Magneton? Sure, Magneton seemed a little weird, but be careful what you wish for. Like many other Sinnoh evolutions, the old Pokemon were perfectly fine, if not better off, without these existing. Poor Lickitung. Rhydon becomes a construction worker and completely forgets his established color palette. Hideous abomination aiming to revitalize Kanto fans, but instead pushes them away with sheer revolting disgust. Electabuzz, but uglier. You don't appeal to fans by ruining what they loved. Awkward egg-shaped blackface Magmar turned Mega Man. Dear God, why? I'll admit, Togetic needed a little something. But was a floating turkey plane really that thing? Kids today won't like Yanma since he's not edgy enough. Let's fix him up with an evolution too. Honestly, this evolution just feels too uninspired and inevitable at the same time. Know that I try very hard to like popular Pokemon like this, but some designs will always rub me the wrong way. Hey, give Gligar that edge factor like how we gave Yanma. Hideously unsettling mammoth that was better off left frozen in a glacier. I hate how they ruined this amazing evolutionary line with a pointless, uninspired evolution that doesn't seem to understand the theme or social commentary of Porygon at all. After this awkwardly unrelated evolution came to be, ignorant children forever believed Gardevoir was exclusively female, further fueling even more overly sexualized, disturbing fan art. Are there people out there who honestly, unironically, like this thing? Doesn't seem to have any of the creepy charm the Dusclops line had. Not sure why a ghost boxer relates to a possessed skull and reanimated mummy, but okay. Combining folklore with uncomfortable anatomy with awkward design, Glalie is infinitely cooler. Ghosts possessing electronics are a cool trope until you realize it's just an excuse to make a microwave Pokemon. I'm running out of ways to describe something as ugly and unlikable. I'm gonna read a thesaurus from here on out. This trio is inspired by The Legend of Zelda, so you'd think I'd like them more. Shame they're so, repugnant. Yes, that's it. Does it make me a bad person when I say that this Pokemon's face makes me want to slug it with a spiked baseball bat? I don't know, man, just give a dinosaur spikes. Not good enough? How about we give it Steel type for no reason, just like Lucario? When a Gundam makes love to a duck. I don't care if it's endangered. If you see something this deformed in the wild, you put that poor grotesque abomination out of its misery and burn any records of its existence. The fourth wheel who showed up late to the party but pretends like they're better than everyone else by claiming that they were actually there first. I hate his altered form, but origin form is okay. So let's give this poor generation the benefit of the discrepancy with a well-deserved meh. Banana-faced arts and crafts session gone wrong. I don't know what to say other than, why does this exist? It's supposedly special because it's made up of 80% water, which isn't much higher than a human. It's also special because it doesn't realize it's not special. XX_ insert edgy Pokemon for the posers here _XX. I hate the sky form, but I'm also put off by the land form. So let's give this poor generation the benefit of, wait a minute. No, screw this Pokemon. Is it wrong that I don't like God? Good thing we're not made in his image or anything, or we'd all look like inbred porcelain deer that got stuck in a fence. Butt Wings of Victory. Chibi Snake. Same old garden snake, but with all the cute sucked out. My gut says yes, but my heart says box it away and forget it ever existed. Pre-cooked bunny pig muffin. Pulled pork with golden nipples. Oh my god, it's firefighting for the third time in a row! Cute otter with a questionable circus career ahead of him. Otter with knee pads and weird bedhead. Hold up, like, what even is this? Chipmunk high on fungus. Unenthused Uncle Meerkat crossing guard. The majestic wolf domesticated into a purse dog. This, my friends, is just a dog. Mustachioed terrier terror. Scythe-tailed Glameow. It takes a lot out of me to admit that I like this cat. I think it's safe to say that nobody, even remotely, likes these monkeys. Snoozy head crab jellybean. Don't you hate it when pink gas leaks out of your blowhole while you sleep? The thing about pigeons and doves is that their ineptitude at flight and brainless carelessness bring me great pleasure. At least he looks better than the other middle stage birds. Okay, I gotta admit, this thing looks pretty delicious. Amazing concept, but he's as feeble as a newborn horse. It seems so simple and obvious, but it's still super creative. Or maybe I'm just starved for good ideas here. Now that I think about it, shouldn't this Pokemon be named Geodude? Thardist from Metroid Prime. After opening 5 dud TCG booster packs out of 10 with this lame rare inside, I'm pretty salty about this oversized salt lick. He boops things with his nose to stamp them with his love. The weirdest mix of cute and creepy I have ever seen. Billy McScoops, he gon' do a diggums. Thank God he doesn't literally have drills for hands. He just watched a lot of Transformers as a mole. Chunky Love Muffin violently shimmy shaking the grass all over a Nova. Gross Monkey Child struggling so hard with a stick he's bursting a blood vessel in his head. The clown with the pink floaties lifting a literal girder wants to know if you get the meaning behind his name yet. Mega Buff Clown snaps a stone pillar like a Kit Kat bar. Tadpole with breasts for ears. The magical wiggly jiggly titty frog. Boobs. Boobs everywhere. And if you look closely underneath, there's a frog. I'm sorry, but that's just a person. Actually, these two remind me of Statler and Waldorf from the Muppets. Thing is, they were funny. These guys suck. Can someone explain to me why this bug has a butt growing out of its forehead? Me when I feel too sick to move. The fashion designer of the forest. So if it needs to make clothes for Pokemon, does that mean all Pokemon are actually naked? What about the ones we just saw that are born with flesh clothes? Half bug, half poison, all anger. Remember Beyblades? Whirlipede remembers Beyblades. Possibly the coolest 3-stage bug Pokemon ever. I love it. I'm trying to imagine an idea for a weaker sentient creature than a cotton ball, but everything's coming up fuzzy. Never mind, it just kills people with cuteness. Kinda wanna roast it like a Brussels sprout. Make shish kebabs. If this is the work of Levani's leaf clothes, then what does it look like without all the... You know what, I'll just shut my mouth and let DeviantArt do its thing. So if the forms change based on which game you play, that means it's a fish from an alternate dimension! I imagine them nibbling on my boots when walking through the desert, and they're just too cute to shake off. There's so many Pokemon anymore, I appreciate it when they're colored like they're typing. Plays a literal electric guitar riff as its battle cry. People collect this thing's poop in their pockets to keep their hands warm. And now we know where the coronavirus came from. I really wanna like it, but that smile, man, it's piercing through my soul. Sorry, but Cacturn will always be best Cactus. Just look him in the eyes and tell him that he can't have another cookie. You tell him! It's like Shuckle, but it can actually fight! Or it's just a bug being crushed by a boulder. Kid whose parents only shop at Goodwill, so he never has clothes that fit. I know them feels, buddy. The Pokemon of gangs, thugs, and pedophiles. You guys know I'm a sucker for bizarre single stages. And just look at this bizarre ball of weird! Ghost of a human holding on to its decomposing face to stay connected with their bodies, enslaved in a Pokeball and forced to fight until they're left in the PC to rot for all eternity? Either this undead guy had 4 arms, or this sarcophagus was a family size pack. Sea turtle with cup holders in his back. He's ready to party. Come on, man, sea turtles are cool. So is ancient sea life in general. So how come all fossils needed to be part rock type? They're not fossils anymore. Feathered dinosaurs in Pokemon? Yes. Modern science and discoveries only make these designs cooler. This Pokemon is literal garbage. I find it too funny to hate. Something seems so terrifying about a massive sentient waste dump. Love this little dark fox almost as much as I love this guy. He has one of the coolest abilities in the entire game, and crazy hairdos. They aimed for super cute for a bunch of Pokemon in this gen, and it totally worked. It's just the same thing wearing a boa. But why do I like it so much? Okay, if they were aiming for cute, they missed the mark a bit and landed in the I want to drown this thing zone. I think we've all seen those bratty wannabe goth kids you just want to punch in the face. Most all goths grow up and realize how stupid they've looked and acted eventually. But the few who don't look like this. A single-celled organism the size of a beach ball. I guess simple science references make something psychic type. Doesn't that sound completely backwards to anybody? Just me? The mitosis Pokemon who doesn't actually split. What was the point? The ugly duckling. But he's actually kinda cute. Of course it turns into a swan. Even that makes absolutely no sense. People hate on this line, but it's just as funny as it is delicious. Yes, it's just an ice cream Pokemon. How come I haven't seen Pokemon actually market real ice cream to look like this? Just let me eat you! If you didn't know that the sprinkle-like dots were actually its eyes and the others are fake, I'm sorry, I just made this thing way creepier than it needed to be for you. Gotta show off the seasonal gimmicks somehow before we drop it after this generation and pretend like it never existed. Did I hear you ask for more deer Pokemon? Just wait for the legendaries. Probably the only Pikachu knockoff I like. He at least brings something unique to the field as an electric flying squirrel. Awkward bug with the strangest evolution ability I have ever seen. It's so stupid, it's amazing. Somehow took Shelmet Shell and became a knight through trading. Voltorb again, but with a little more thought put into it this time. Why are the fungus Pokemon grass type when mushrooms aren't plants? Super weird ghost jellyfish with obnoxiously obvious gender differences. The massive mustache throws me off so much I can't like him anymore. A sunfish with creepy human hands as fins? Dude, why? Ticks are awful, but seeing one electrified is somehow both less creepy and substantially cuter. Coming from an arachnophobe, this furry tarantula Pokemon is awesome. I have no idea how they got me to say say that. Not sure how this sentient steel durian even moves. I don't know why it turned into a viney UFO tentacle monster, but I am so okay with it. Proof, Pokemon is running short on ideas for steel Pokemon. Are you serious? You call that an evolution? Whoever signed off on these designs at Creatures Inc. should be fired. An electric type with Levitate is busted awesome enough, but he's also just so darn cute. I love eels, even if they have terrible puns for names. This terrifying flying electric eel looks more like a hagfish with vicious clawed arms. Did I mention it can freaking fly? Cryptozoology, the Pokemon. Now this should be Psychic type. Super bizarre light up Martian Happy Meal toy. I hate it when Pokemon are just sentient things, but this little ghost candle is too cute to deny. Let him be a spooky spook. Weird case where the shiny is the expected orange flame and the normal is the strange purple. It's a ghost, I guess. Is it just me who wants a real life chandelier that looks like this? Gibble, but with all the ugly sucked out. And now he's choking on a boomerang. Crikey! This might just be the most magnificent thing I have ever seen, and it's still not the best in show. Aw, somebody just get this poor bear a tissue. Pubic hair to the maximum! I admit, I love him simply because he's ridiculously rare. Night snail trying to give out kisses? Okay, sure, why not? Ghastly silk wearing assassin bug? Dude, can I give this generation a hug? It's so wrong to me that this flounder is weak to water. Kung Fu muskrat. Thank you for not making this look like a furry. Thank you. Wait, are those flesh bags hanging from its arms? Dragon made from macaroni art, popsicle sticks, and only primary colors. Why are all these bad design limitations together making such a cool Pokemon? When your possessed golem wants to go on an adventure. Rocket Arm Ghost Golem. What's even happening anymore? Wait, so it's straight up got knives for limbs? Have we finally fused with Digimon? More knives, more bloodshed! I know it's just Tauros again, but dude, look at that afro, because he's probably gonna ram you with it. The awkward molting stage all poor birds go through. The mighty Freedom Eagle of victory! Something seems wrong about crapping in someone's skull as you wear it like a diaper. Vulture ripped straight out of the Flintstones. Please tell me it sprays poop out the awkward plumbing of a tail butthole like a stink sprinkler? A stinkler? Yeah, a stinkler. I rarely ever say this, but I kind of feel like he needed an evolution. Speaking of the Flintstones, I always think of them when I hear this little nummy muncher's name. The thought of these two fighting over food when they share the same digestive system is hilarious to me. Dude, it's a six-winged dark dragon Hydra Pokemon. He's so amazing, let's pretend they didn't make Fairy next gen in order to give this beast a random ×4 weakness out of nowhere. Tiny bug that evolves way too late for its own good. Basically the Radiance from Hollow Knight. What is it with Japan's obsession with deer? They just eat everything and get hit by cars. Ugly. Moving on. I can see they were trying to replicate the Gen 2 legendary dogs with this trio, but fell way short. Why is this the first soul-flying Pokemon up to this point? Wait a second. You barely made any changes from the last Tornado Genie. These pubes are legendary! Don't be fooled, the wings are just for show. When he wants to fly, he just tells gravity to shut up. The incarnate forms are all better than the bland copy-paste normal forms. This ice dragon is insanely cool, until he awkwardly fuses with Zekrom or Reshiram. Why can't all three refuse again like in the lore? Fluffy unicorn pony that's water fighting for absolutely no reason. A pop idol that changes forms into a fighting type to lay down a different kind of beat, High School Musical style. Ancient alien torpedo bug with a USB slot in its head. Bianca, soccer ball gopher. None of this guy's wonky design meshes together at all. Fennec foxes are adorable in real life, so of course it's cute. Literally has a stick up its butt. Cool idea that Game Freak's lifeless animators stiffly ruined. Yes guys, you made the eyes big enough. Feels too slapped together middle stagey to me. I didn't realize how much I needed a frog ninja until now. Mentally handicapped rabbit. Morbidly obese rabbit. Pidgey for the 6th time. Got more orange, therefore became fire type. Basically just Moltres, but less fire. Bugs are ugly enough. Why'd you have to go and draw a thing like this? Confetti farts. One of the coolest Pokemon concepts ever, with regional exclusive forms making international trading actually hold value again. Perfect mix of ugly and forgettable. Bait for lazily designed characters to share hairstyles with their Pokemon. I'm clearly a sucker for alternate forms. Mary Poppins, the plant. Oh, I'm sorry, did you think this was grass type? Yeah, it actually resists fire. Think about that. Goats are the antonym of cute. How is this thing possible? A name so stupid, it became an instant meme. Have you seen baby pandas? This little guy needed the coordination of Spinda. Angry panda with a butt cape, created for a useless abandoned gimmick. You'd think they'd learn to stop doing that by now, but this franchise doesn't know the meaning of the word learn. The devil himself. Oh yeah, and then it can evolve. Admit it. This is a stupid idea. Terrible name for yet another randomly sentient inanimate object. So ridiculously powerful, I can't help but enjoy it. Bird nose pixie farts. Satanic abomination incarnate. Moving on. Because Pokemon based on food was such a huge hit last time, right? It's perfectly mixing delicious and stupid so well I can feel my IQ dropping just drooling over it. Don't trust that adorable face, I've seen what squids can do. Gimmick evolution put on a pretty sweet Pokemon. Is it an it or a they? Diglett 2.0. Cutting right to the chase with the adding more evolutions, huh? Just put them freaking everywhere! I love how his own poison is drugging him out. If a literal leafy sea dragon isn't a dragon, then I don't know what is. Wait a minute, then why isn't he also grass type? I really want to eat him. That claw looks so meaty. Spoke too soon. Where's the butter? So lame you could pass him off as fake internet chaff. Sad when you can barely tell the difference anymore. No other Pokemon looks to me like they need a final form more than this guy. Why did it take this long to get a straight up T-Rex? I can't believe I already gave out Best in Show. You're so amazing, Tyrantrum. I'm sorry you're upstaged by a butterfly. Freaking adorable, but also a great idea for a fossil. I've gotta admit, these were the coolest fossils we've ever gotten. It's just okay. Yeah, I said it. What you gonna do about it? Angry Luchador Bird is so stupid, he's amazing. Stop with the freaking Pikachu knockoffs! You guys introduce fairy type and justify it with crap like this? I love this new squishy fairy slug. Wait, what do you mean he's a dragon? Off-putting snail. Lovable taffy dragon. I'm sorry, what? You wanna run this by me again? Did you lose your car keys or have you lost your freaking mind? Depressing and creepy. Great type combo idea as well. Looks like that one guy in the badly made haunted trail costume waiting to jump out and go booga booga booga. Pumpkin with headlights. It's the great pumpkin, Charlie Brown, and it wants to hug you to death. Oh shoot, we didn't make enough ice types this gen. Somebody draw something really fast. Oh man, I didn't mean that fast. We should probably reconsider this before moving on. Cute fuzzy squeaky bat. Do they know that echolocation doesn't get more effective by making more noise? Poor thing probably disorients itself just by existing. For the love of God, can we stop with the freaking legendary deer already? Apocalyptical bacon bird. Unfinished idea shoehorned into the next gen. Get used to it. Game Freak isn't here for you, they're here for your money. Why wasn't this just Carbink's evolution? At least it looks like a fairy for crying out loud. Some Pokemon are so dumb, you pretend they don't exist. Or they're just movie tie-ins like this one. The famous event that never came. Lumio Square will be left forever unfinished. Venusaur playing dress up. Nobody was pre-ordering X over Y, so they dropped this much cooler X exclusive Charizard form on us to even the odds right before launch. Jerks. He also looks shiny for no reason. When your Charizard gets a little horny. Wait, are you serious? You're serious, aren't you? Proof Alakazam's power increases with spoons. He's also his shiny colors just to freaking confuse people. This is what a mustache drawn on the Mona Lisa looks like, my friends. The stupidest idea that was actually OP beyond belief. Looks like a bad Sinnoh evolution like Yanmega. Thank God it's only temporary. Let's turn the famous sea serpent into a shrimp. No, literally. A shrimp. When your Aerodactyl gets really horny. We already thought his tail was a penis. Stop making it more erect! You were doing so well, Gen 6, until you decided to take a dump on all the older Pokemon I liked. You expected a L'Oreal joke, but instead just got more hair and balls. I half expected chainsaw arms with how dumb these evolutions are. Swolebug knows not the meaning of the word exoskeleton. There is no physics. Only protein! This was your chance to give it 3 heads, guys, and instead you just made him horny like the others. Did somebody say horny? But we liked Blaziken! Why'd you go and piss in his mouth? You guys do remember that Gardevoir can be male, right? Finally, a Pokemon that actually needed an evolution. And it's pretty sweet looking too. Now why was that so hard? Did somebody say hard? We already made a blackface Pokemon, so we're not above culturally insensitive designs. Screw it! Oh my god! is the dumbest looking thing I've ever seen. I don't know what to do with Manectric. Give it a giant Thunderbolt? How giant? Yes! How do we make this Pokemon more emo? Add more zippers? It was too one-dimensional anyway. We talked about Arcanine getting a Mega just to get wings, but what have you done to Absol? It's not even good in battle anymore. It actually got worse. When your forearms are the size of your entire body, you know you've skipped leg day. I'm sorry, didn't we just... Oh no, this is another one? Why did they both turn into the same freaking thing? Is design really that hard? Garchomp all dressed up for prom with Kabutops. And as a bonus, he's a little extra horny. Why did he get the Mega and not Flygon? Answer me! The same old horny dreadlocks, but now with bland primary colors, because that isn't tacky at all. Abomasnow just took a bath and shook off, so we took this funny pic for Twitter, lol. Vespiquen and Beedrill got to drilling and crapped out this thing. No matter what you guys do, it's still just a lame bird. I both love how stupid it is and hate it with a burning passion. Let's leave it at bland and call it a day. Same old Steelix, but even harder. And hornier! Now Dragon-type missile-launching Forest Titan? Okay, you got me now. You can't tell me with a straight face that this was a good idea. Are the designers 5? Like Mowel, he needed something. But was this really it? You took an amazing rocket shark and you ruined it. How'd you even do that? Oh, right, by making it super horny! Yes, guys, we got it before that he was a volcano. You don't need to go and make it so painfully obvious. Mag-freaking-nificent design and justification for being Dragon Fairy. Still unsettling, just not nearly as cool for some reason. The dumbest excuse for an evolution for an already overpowered Pokemon. Once again, hinting at the shinies with an over-the-top and borderline dumb design. Metagross wants a hug! The epic space dragon just got even more majestic. Why are good Megas so few and far between? Because we can't get through a single generation without baiting out more weird furry porn, can't we? To be honest, this is what Galade should have just looked like normally. Oh right, a Nova! We almost forgot about you! Beautifully bioluminescent, referencing Kyogre's light-up fins from the original Sapphire. Before Oris released, the Pokemon Company specifically insisted that these two new forms were not Mega Evolutions. But let's be honest, they are. Did somebody forget to color his thumb? Was clearly designed for a Mega form, unlike literally every other Pokemon on this list. Baby Barn Owl dressed up for prom. God, Mom, you don't understand me, like, at all. Freaking awesome Archer Owl, who's a ghost now for some reason. Sorry, this is just a cat. Sorry, this is just a bigger cat. Big dumb cat that got all his quirky, funny personality from Smash Brothers when it should have come from this game. Dopey Circus Seal. Freakishly feminine Circus Seal. Yet another primo Reno example of an extremely feminine Pokemon only having 1 in 8 chances of being female. Cute woodpecker with an uninspired yet silly name. Someone explain the anatomy of this bizarre trumpet beak morpher. This toucan is so angry it heats up its own beak with nothing but pure rage to set your Fruit Loops ablaze. I didn't forget about Zangoose, but the Pokemon Company seems to think there's not enough creatures in the world to garner inspiration from anymore. How'd this picture of Donald Trump get in here? Gotta give it to the birds here. Even I'd eat one of these guys. Angry Bug Bus? Looks built for speed, but couldn't outfly a paper airplane. Because we haven't exhausted the crustacean concept yet. Abominable snow crab legs? Has one of those put me out of my misery faces. Cool idea that just looks silly in execution. Just remember, this little guy could probably one-shot a Hydreigon. Because bees with scarves are just too darn cute, I'll give you that. A dog, but we put Rock in his name to justify his unrelated typing. A werewolf, but not really. Imagine it kept changing forms based on the local time of day instead, like an actual werewolf. Way cooler. A brilliant idea for gameplay as well as a unique, clever design. So do you capture just 1 or 1,000 in one Pokeball? You should know by now that I'm a sucker for stupidly rare and exotic Pokemon. Overgrown volatile loofah. Donkey that eats its own poop. Dreadlocks donkey. Just looks like a bizarre alien to me. Alien bugs ripped straight out of Jet Force Gemini. Does anybody even remember that? Newborn praying mantis trying to ask for another cookie. Hold on, it's not a bug? Awkward cosplay where they refuse to change out of their peppermint striped sweatpants. Still not a bug. We were all just dying for another mushroom Pokemon. Undertale enemy? No, just a really, really ugly Pokemon. Yet another Pokemon where only the females can evolve. Sorry guys, better luck next. Never! So much sass. So much inevitable anthropomorphic DeviantArt porn. Not sure why this teddy bear is sentient, but I'm sure it loves hugs. Loves hugs so much it literally kills people by squeezing them until they pop like festering zits! Hold up, weren't you in Sinnoh? Cherubi, right? Hold up, weren't you in Hoenn? Curlia, right? The eye-rollingly named Pokemon of unsettling legs. Hippie wristband. Purple monkey drug lord. Sorry, I think you heard me wrong. I play video games because I don't care about sports. About time a Pokemon realized the danger of the glorified dogfighting we're subjecting them all to. Oh my god, it's so disgusting! It's beautiful! Are we just doomed into getting sentient object Pokemon each generation now? I always hear its name as Pile of Sand, and I laugh every time, before I start crying. Hey, at least it was a new creature idea. Gotta soak it in considering how rare that is anymore. Ugly Mecha Deer, who they didn't even bother giving a real name. Basically Arceus in every way except weaker. And now he's not stuck in a fence. He just has a boomerang lodged in his forehead. Though I love alternate forms, this one's just a little too lame for me. Not cute or cool enough to be memorable. I straight up forgot he existed. A Matamata turtle, but with zigzags everywhere, covered in ketchup and mustard. Probably the most drop-kickable Pokemon ever. I said I wanted Pikachu knockoffs to die, but I didn't mean that literally. Even though this one is by far the coolest one yet. I love saltwater fish and used to even own triggers, but this hideous clown tests even my aquatic bias. Creepy Grandpa Dragon wants to show you his slideshows of that time he snuck into a nude beach in 65. I thought the Ring of Keys was bad, but I didn't realize that we were just not even trying anymore. I normally love dragons, but I can't get past this intense ugh factor. Arabian Charmeleon? One of those Pokemon I try so hard to pretend to like, but know deep down that he's pretty darn lame. Tapu no. Tapu ooey. Tapu bleh. Tapu finished. Thank God. Damn it, Nebby, get back in the bag! A Neutron Star Pokemon who somehow doesn't kill everything around it for just being close to him. Oh, the new Digimon looks pretty cool this year. All but this one who's... Wait. No. Giant Space Banana Bat. Can you think of a more wildly wrong type for an alien jellyfish than rock type? Swolebug is so swole, his name is a play on words. So hideous, I doubt even the internet wants to make awkward anthropomorphic porn out of it. Better yet, let's not even challenge them on that. The absolute bottom of the barrel for uninspired electric Pokemon. Needle Armor Space Rocket Dildo Monster. Origami from space! Visual representation of the Pokemon Company. A black prism Pokemon? Anyone gonna explain to Game Freak that prisms don't do anything in the dark? Mecha Diancie. Midna from Twilight Princess, but not nearly as interesting. What color is this, Timmy? Nah, that's purple. How does this poor thing even land with a butt that huge? You played Breath of the Wild, right? Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Okay, this time I swear, this design is so bad, it absolutely has to be a Digimon, right? Furry bait alert! Everybody close your social media and lock down your web browsers. The internet is no longer safe! Ditto got his head stuck in a nut and a bendy straw crammed up his anus. A Pokemon Go tie-in release that was cool for an entire week. Rattata after joining the Mafia. Still one ugly chunker. Super cute psychic surfer. Glad Raichu finally got some love after all this time, because curling in Hawaii is a thing for some reason. Sandslash trying way too hard to be cool, and no, that wasn't a pun. It's just so darn cute, but granted, it's basically just a white Vulpix. A light blue Ninetales in dire need of a hairbrush. A Diglett in dire need of a haircut. This is one of those terrible ideas you laugh out loud about at first, but then pretend doesn't exist a few years later. Not a Meowth fan, but this one's attitude fits the design better. This was a terrible idea. Hey guys, look, I drew big stupid eyebrows on Geodude this gen. Do you think anybody's gonna notice? The dirty oven mitt monster. Golem and Probopass made gross stony cold love, and this awkward abomination was crapped out. Hey look, my normally sentient purple diarrhea is now sentient green diarrhea. Oh, come on, who left the ice cream sitting out all night? I love Executor and all, but wasn't the joke of his design that he wasn't tall like a palm tree, but short and fat as a potato? The third Alolan form where they neglected to give the previous evolutions forms to match. A ghost-type Cubone would have been so creepy. Stickhead Monkey Cat horking down fistfuls of peanut butter. Stickhead Hot Dog Monkey Cat after eating an inflatable dolphin. Afro Gorilla with flesh leaves playing Donkey Kong Jungle Beat bongos. Half Meowth, half Baneri. Or Bunnelby, whatever, we have enough rabbits. Unlikable rabbit cosplaying as an unlikable 12-year-old Fortnite-loving brat. I swear to God now, they're officially furry baiting on purpose. Fitting the community's reaction to Gen 8, this Pokemon is perpetually crying. For all our sakes, Drizzle, remember, you don't cut across the wrists, it's up the arms. Do it right so we don't have to look at you anymore. I didn't think it was possible, but they finally did it. The two worst Pokemon concepts have finally been combined. Off-putting, snarky, cringe-chasing, and furry baiting all rolled into one. Borderline creepy Disney Channel squirrel mascot. You thought Sableye and Spiritomb were creepy. Oh no. This is the face of true unending nightmares. Generic bird whose eye literally clips through his head. About freaking time the inevitable generic bird line was purely flying. We forgot about Skarmory. Photoshop liquefy filter gone wrong. Looks like we all rolled a d20 for Gen 8 and landed that catastrophic 1. We forgot about Ledian. We forgot about Vulpix. Congratulations, it's tough to make a hateable fox, but I see that you guys have shattered my expectations once again. We forgot about Blossom. We forgot about Jumpluff. We forgot about Mary. Angry Ram cosplaying as a cow in a contest his mom forced him into that he would supposedly thank her for later. One of those small squeezy toys you find at the checkouts that inflates some sticky glob out of the toy like a cow taking a crap. Funny because this design is also bullshit. I used to legitimately love this awesome alligator snapper when we thought he was a single stage, but then after Chittle got revealed, it actually soured my impression of him so much I can't like him in the same way anymore. Electric type and a little unsettling in the eyes, not exactly the corgi that we wanted, but it was the corgi that we deserved. And then it evolved into another generic dog that loses his precious ball fetch ability. We forgot about Roggenrola. Sentient minecart carrying questionable coal considering it must be formed from an ancient deceased Pokemon? Is this actually a zombie dinosaur? Dude, I think I just redeemed this dumpster fire. We forgot about Rhydon, and Aggron, and kinda Tyranitar. Okay, just assume a fetal position and think about the zombie dinosaur. You're straight up pulling my leg, right? Your new dragon is a freaking apple! Fittingly, this Pokemon exists inside an apple core. Because it's trash. You thought you were eating an apple turnover, but you actually just bit into a sickly dog's swollen pussy back tumor. Cosplaying Cobra crying through its mascara. Since nobody got the poor snake help, now it's attempting suicide. It's already losing color in its neck. If only it was snarky or anthropomorphic enough to be loved by the toxic children playing this game for them to notice its pain. We forgot about Pelipper. Okay, who fed the fish cocaine again? An awesome creature with a clear hiding a boner face. If Sarah from Land Before Time got a frontal lobotomy via soup spoon. Metalhead Gecko who got stuck in his potty training seat. Gummy Worm after being run over by a dump truck. Scoilopede except on fire and run over by a dump truck. Very reluctantly wins Best in Show. This Pokemon's name is straight up Clobblepuss. Are you guys sure about this one? It's like naming your city Bangkok. I guess it's fine. The kids go around proclaiming their love of Clobblepuss. Why not? Go clobble that puss, kids! We forgot about Octillery. When your research of region inspiration doesn't go an inch past borderline racist age-old stereotypes, maybe all Pokemon from Kalos should have had the runaway ability too. The collector in me likes the phony and antique concept, but not nearly enough to justify another sentient object Pokemon. Jigglypuff trapped under a gummy hat. Giant blue cough drop pooping a possessed pink giant-headed gnome. Halfway hatching chrysalis sperm monster wearing a witch hat. The worst drawn gremlin I have ever seen. The kind of crap the kid next to you at school draws in 30 seconds saying it's for his new Pokemon fan game he'll never make. Sunburned goth who thinks he's cool because he bought fake vampire teeth from Hot Topic. If Bayonetta were a furry goblin in dire need of braces. It wasn't enough to give Linoon an unnecessary evolution, but you had to go and give him a Gene Simmons makeover. Japan, let me remind you that it's not the UK that's obsessed with Kiss, it's you. Meowth apparently evolves into a grungy grandpa street cat high on weed and long due for his shots if he lives in the UK. Yeah, that's not racist. They straight up killed Corsola. Like they literally killed Corsola. Rip? It's funny at first until you realize that this evolution goes against everything that Farfetch'd was ever intended to be. The planets align and Mr. Mime manages to evolve into an even creepier pedophile than modern science can comprehend. A rune-styled Copagrigasalt that's name tests my dyslexia to the extreme from accidentally saying something that is straight up racist. The happiest little spent condom you've ever seen. Yet another edible Pokemon and yet another with a million alternate forms. Just remember when choosing your team, you can't clobble puss without getting all creamy. Pokey and Wiggler from Mario made gross awkward ball babies that clip through sloped terrain, only capable of walking on hills as flat as this game's ambitions. We forgot about Pukey-Mewkyu, but this time he's a sea urchin. That's electric type, by the way. See the yellow? Rubber sex toy with a perky butt of its own. Even though we have plenty of moths already, I gotta admit, this one's pretty nice. Doesn't exactly justify an ice-type insect, but let's not go there. Stonehenge. That's English, right? You'd have to be a total blockhead as well to think this was even remotely a good idea. Or that penguins live anywhere near the north. We forgot about Meowstic. And Audino. God, what is wrong with their waists? I tried hard to like the hamster Pokemon for obvious reasons, but we couldn't have asked for more of a hateable Pikachu knockoff than this. We forgot about Phanpy. We also forgot about Donphan when we made this awkward, blocky tofu elephant. The immeasurable disparity of my abysmal disappointment with Pokemon intentionally designing Pokemon based on horrendously bad and outdated mistakes in science is boundless! What kind of brain-dead, Tide Pod munching moron would honestly believe that this is how these fossils would combine together to the extent that they would invent hopelessly awful fanfic Pokedex entries where the game straight up tries to pass these abominations off as real? I'm not kidding. This isn't a joke. Read the Pokedex. Though I wish I could give all 4 of these collective middle fingers to all that is science and evolution the least favorite stamp, we need to step back and facepalm for the scientists who honestly believe that this giant fish head belonged on the obviously irrelevant Tyrannosaur tail when the freaking hind legs aren't even facing the right direction! Toddlers do better assembling like objects than the actual scientists in the Pokemon universe! Imagine an actual Dunkleosteus Pokemon. Well, we almost got that, but the dimwit designers thought that it made more sense to put its head on upside down in an awkward L shape. By the way, it's not even the right fish bottom. These 4 fossils were just 2 heads and 2 unmatching bottoms mashed together. God, I can't even look at them anymore. I honestly get too mad. We forgot about Gigalith. Derpy, spelled wrong. And now it invited over company without your permission and won't leave. And now it's clear its friend is abusive to the derpy lizard, using it as literal ammunition, but you're still too frustrated to care. Great Grey Wolf Sif from Dark Souls. Another game that hates you, but in a totally different way. Can somebody stop Creatures Inc. from coloring in new Pokemon with the same 3 primary colored crayons they got from the restaurant? And here's what happens when you try to draw with your eyes closed. Used in this game to forcefully divert the player's attention during the Elite Four challenge because padding. We forgot about Pancham. So what if Pangoro, but sock and throw? I'm sure that'll excite players. We forgot about Zero. God, whatever the yellow ugly event thing was from the last game, except now it looks like an angry cigarette-addicted monkey going cold turkey. Okay, I can joke about bad designs and all, but when you mess with my Reggie Ho and homeboys, you just made it personal. Okay, straight up question. Can anyone imagine a less inspired design for a dragon-type Reggie than just making it a literal dragon mouth? Or Charizard mouth, who's not even a dragon! They asked for an ice unicorn, so we drew this mock-up in a few minutes and kind of gave up on trying to make it have literally any personality at all. Emo My Little Pony. Baby deer born with Chernobyl-level brain tumors. Oh, and for the Make-A-Wish Foundation, it chose to go for some cold and heartless pony rides. Get it? Because they're ice and ghost type, but no? Oh, all right, moving on. Is there some social commentary I'm missing here where the Meowth from the UK is grungy and hairy with horns and black money glued to his forehead? Arriving about a decade late to the My Little Pony craze with a blatant knockoff. Same as Ponyta, but feels extremely out of place. Oh god, Rapidash, what have they done to you? When your regional differences amount to, well, the Slowpokes are a little more yellow here. Is he actually dying from poison this time? God, everything's dying in this gen, just like my respect for the franchise. Too over-the-top and counter to far-fetched proof of concept to forgive. Doug Dimmadome disapproves of Japan's blatant social commentary against the UK, considering how messed up their own country is to begin with. Stop fapping to underage schoolgirls and then we'll talk pollution, Japan. Who let this child rapist convict into the circus? Articuno went through a goth phase where it decided to steal Lugia's constantly forgotten typing. Hold on, let me get this straight. You turned one of the coolest Kanto legendaries into a freaking ostrich?! Allow me to fittingly bury my head in the dirt until this is all over. Dark-type Moltres with Ho-Oh's beak, and even though he's obviously on fire, isn't fire-type anymore. He's also crapping 2 fire tails, because whatever. You've gotta have your own head crammed up the Pokemon Company's filthy anus farther than this to find this Slowking disgrace forgivable. You know, something is really freaking wrong when I have to give out a Best in Show award to a Pokemon that I don't even like. Man, and I liked Corsola. Zigzagoon did nothing to you! Why'd you go and draw on the poor thing's face while he slept like that? The UK does have a big underground punk music scene, but is Japan really so out of touch with music to honestly think that Kiss is even in the same name, Ballpark? I didn't like Darumaka to begin with, but they managed to turn it into a creepy snowman bowling ball. Some designs are so horrible, you just can't help but pretend they don't exist. Yamask wearing stone shorts with the drawing of a penis on them and trying to see how long he can wear them in public before getting in trouble. One of the stupidest ideas for an alternate form I have ever seen. Sorry, Stunfisk, I can't even look at you long enough to creatively roast your repulsive redesign. Venusaur so high on dopamine that he's literally got clouds in his model. So why did London Bridge fall down? Well, it looks like if you ask Japan, it was Gojira, of course. Or rather Charizard cosplaying as him. Just add more cannons! Yes, this is real. I know it looks completely stupid, but I swear to God, this is real. Looks like an unused megaform for Butterfree back from when they made Beedrill. Though I always preferred old school Chubby Chew, seeing him return for such a garbage gimmick feels more like a slap in the face than nostalgic joy. Why not make Meowth turn into the Longcat meme? Because this entire game is just a giant meme anyway! I remember when this leaked and thought it was too poorly made and grossly distorted to be real. Little did I know that that was the theme of this generation. We made Kingler a Japanese spider crab with a frothy rabies beard and straight up put molars inside his claws, because that makes him hardcore. Lapras is now unironically a literal cruise ship. Now before I abandon ship and keelhaul myself, just know that his neck really is that distorted in the model. It's not just badly drawn foreshortening. God, this is awful. See, it's different. The fluff goes up now, and the clouds go around one ear for some reason. So after we iced Snorlax in the woods, we straight up planted trees and shrubbery inside his flesh. Man, this is so messed up. Almost as much as when he fingers you to death. Oh God, look, it's the physical manifestation of Gen 8. Also, randomly, the only Gigantamax form that's not from Kanto or Galar. Well, of course, aside from Melmetal, exaggerated to the point of ludicrous absurdity. Look, Mom, I can play the drums! I swear this entire generation is just a horrible nightmare I can't wake up from. Goodness gracious, great balls to suck! Yeah, sure, why not give Pokemon guns? Now we can finally end this eternal suffering. I legitimately didn't realize this was an alternate form until I had to look up the exact list, considering how it looks, I don't know, exactly the same as the original! Just in case you didn't already get the obvious UFO theme before, we wanted to help you choke on it until you throw up little gray men. You took one of the tiny handful of Pokemon I liked this gen and made him Blastoise. Yeah, that's just Blastoise. Okay, this time I swear to God, I can't tell the difference between this guy and the normal one. A mentally challenged Dory from Mario marinating in a tub of caramel. I love how these designer dunces put the red clouds over the head like all the others, even when he's straight up supposed to be a freaking tornado. Even when he tries this hard, he still can't get people to notice his pain. When you skewer a gecko between an electrical plug and the wall socket and toss the toaster in the bathtub. Chinese dragon fire centipede doesn't exactly fit the theming, but at least it's cool. Wait, why do the clouds only follow the tip of the tail? I'm straight up struggling to see what's different about this giant sperm witch monster. How on earth does this even relate with the rest of the evolutionary line at all? For those of you not familiar with this generation, my proof is in your confusion as to what this even is. Of course it's a giant cake. Womp from Mario 64, but with a water slide coming out of his face. Though the concept is just plain awful, I love that you can now battle with corporate. Human Resources sends their regards! What's even with this obnoxious colossal gimmick doing in a game based on the UK culture anyway? Japan, name some things that you'd expect to see if you traveled to the United Kingdom. Football? Yes. Corgis? Yes. Kaijus? No! That was a lot of data. And here it is all together! So what does this tell us about your opinion of Pokemon? I can now say with informed and empirical backing that I think Pokemon is okay. Well, this was a complete waste of time. Here's Kim's final scores as well. Tally up your own scores and share your results in the comments below. But if you came just to claim your opinion is better than anyone else's, then you're just playing with yourself.